Hey, there we go. All right. I think that went rather smoothly. Hey, what's going on? I'm Jay. This is Out of Depth Plays. We were playing Hackway Heights. This is episode 2 of 12. And if you're listening, if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, how's it going? Really excited to see you. I've got three amazing players. Uh, we've got David Jackson, Nathan Gregory, and Gail all here with us tonight. Last session was, as David put it, a bit of a pickle. Right, Dave?
Oh yeah, an extreme pickle.
An extreme pickle. So our three characters, Nezzy, or Nesbit to some, Sally, and Tremolo, were tasked with protecting this mock fox who had a case in his iron hand, like a doctor's bag. And there was some kind of nefarious deal that this guy was going to go do in these abandoned quarter of Hackway Heights. And not long after this meeting started behind closed doors, there was an explosion. There was a huge fight between the three of you all and the goons from the other people of the deal. Nobody knew if like they were trying to steal something or you guys were trying to steal something. You opened a door and there's a third party of people who are shooting at you. There is David. Nezzy gets shot and was bleeding out on the floor, thought he was going to die. And was thankfully saved by Tremolo rubbing a sea urchin into the bullet hole, and a friend from the other side that Sally had kind of charismatically brought onto your group side, who happened to have a sewing kit and a mom who was a nurse and sewed up the best he could under the circumstances the bullet hole. But
yeah,
the bodies piled up. We never got to find out what the deal with Grimley's ass was. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go back and listen to the first episode to find out all those juicy details about Grimley's ass. And you all that was left, everybody was essentially dead except the three of you and Babbitt, who was one of the hired hands for the other side of the deal. And now you've all been kind of forced to work together. Sally picks up the bag that you all were, that Merkin had that you all were protecting, opens it up and discovers that it has about $20,000 in it. And I should reiterate for anybody listening, they are $10,000 in debt to essentially a mafia boss.
Each.
Group total.
Oh, is it total? Oh, okay.
No. So this is your combined debt.
Got it.
Times 2. This could, yeah. The problem is it's his money. So they can't take the $20,000 back to Mr. Dick, a mock shark who got them out of jail. They can't take that money back to him, right? Because it's his. But they can't also make it disappear, because then he's going to want his $20,000 plus the $10,000 you already owe. Our heroes start to leave this factory. They get about a block away. Trudging through the snow, the sun has started to set. And the lights from these buildings, these homes that are on top of these skyscrapers, are casting long shadows. They're starting to cast these long shadows because they're the only light. The lights in these 20, 30-story buildings, there are no lights. They're completely abandoned, save for whatever is on their roof. And you guys are walking, and you hear in the distance, somebody said the explosion came from here, and you can see more of these union of structural integrity workers rappelling down buildings and descending on the factory, the abandoned glue factory that you just came from. You're walking through the snow. There's blood involved. There's a little bit of a trail. You look around and you see, you're surrounded by buildings. You would know that you're probably 6 blocks from making it back to the city proper, where there's people and traffic and modes of transportation and places where you can disappear to. As you all are standing there, a little frightened by these people coming down and whether or not they're going to pick up your trail and come after you, you hear a falcon overhead screech and then return back to the building right next to you. Sally, you look up and it appears like there was a figure in the window receiving the falcon and then disappearing back into the shadows. You guys are in a bit of a pickle. What do you guys want to do?
Is there any place to hide close by?
I mean, there's buildings around.
I'm thinking more like dumpsters, piles of pallets.
Anywhere we hide outside, you'd probably see our tracks too, though. We probably need to hide inside.
True.
Yeah.
How much?
Well, we
how,
can't do inside. They own
leaving?
these buildings. They know these buildings better than we do.
I know that Tremolo left a bloody mess in the snow right around the doorway for sure. Are we tracking blood in the snow now that we've gone a little ways, or is it just our footprints in the snow at this point?
You look down and you can see that blood from Nesbitt's shoulder wound from where he got shot. It's not as bad as it could be, but it's enough to be visible. Every once in a while as you guys walk, a drip will come down his sleeve.
Tremolo's first thought was we could walk in a straight line and he could just swing his tail in the snow and cover our tracks, but not going to work with blood. That's going to smear around in the snow.
I mean, time is of the essence. Like, you could, like I said, it's 6 blocks. It's a little far, but like, if you want
was this person that, from this person's vantage point with the falcon that we saw, could he see the building that we just came from?
Yeah, they would be able to see that.
Could he see us?
They are, this figure where the falcon went into the window is, the building is like 25 stories. And he's about 12.
Could he see us from the window?
You don't know if you just saw the falcon go into the window and then the person receding into the shadows. You didn't even really get a good look at like what they were, who they were, and whether or not they actually noticed you. Or
but if I could see him, there's a chance he could see us.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. You could use that.
Okay. So, and I guess when I'm saying also hiding, can we duck around a building to book it? Like,
Yeah.
or, it's blocks. Like, okay, because all these guys are rappelling down around the glue factory.
Mm-hmm.
If we can just duck around, they can follow us, but.
Yeah, we could maybe try and just like run to some sort of trolley, some sort of system where we wouldn't leave tracks.
Yes.
You
and
also
also where
have-
there's lots of tracks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You also have the
maybe
option of overhead. You can hear the creaking of the cable cars. There's those aerial trams.
Yeah.
Overhead. So.
But they're all heading up.
I know.
right?
They're all heading
Well,
up to
some
the
of them
building.
have to head down, right?
But conceivably, like our tracks would lead to the cable car, and then there's only one place that the cable car could go.
No, I'm saying like if you go up the building.
Yeah.
you would be able to get on it and go down. Because there's
Go down
cars
the
going
other
up
side.
and down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How far apart are the buildings?
Pretty, like, they're pretty close together.
Okay.
Pretty crowded. There are like little gaps, but I mean, there are narrow gaps in between buildings. Like some of them, you would probably have to go single file.
Okay.
And these cable cars, do we operate them themselves, or is there like a little guy that like controls?
There's a
them or
guy
something?
with tickets and stuff. So I mean, it's like, and I'm not trying to push you guys in any kind of direction.
Right,
I'm
you're
just I want you to know all your options. And this is kind of these are the options. I think
I think running might be the best option.
running.
Just a simple,
we have to
Yeah.
run. We have to run.
I want to get I want to get out of this place. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna like hook arms with Babbitt and Tremolo, who I think might be the slowest. And no, Tremolo, Nezzy might be slow too.
I was just shot.
Yes, you were just shot. Okay, I'm gonna wrap arms with Tremolo and Nezzy.
As you guys are like,
And-
oh no, what do we do? And you look where and Babbitt has already taken off.
Okay.
While you guys are debating it, Babbitt is already just
We're with
like,
you.
I can't go back to
We're with
jail.
you, buddy.
And he runs
Oh
away.
no, poor Babbitt.
All right, I sprint after Babbitt.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
Uh,
Running as fast as I can.
all right. Let's do dex checks for everybody. So a dex check is your we're doing 3d6 and you just have to get under your score.
I got a 6.
11.
14.
11.
Oh.
Not so good with Tremolo. Okay.
Nope.
All right. That's okay.
I-
It's fine. You said you were assisting it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Him and
Uh,
Nezzy. I chose my guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I will say this, David, I need you to lose a hit point. A hit protection.
Okay. I believe I recovered with 3 last time. So
You
no.
did recover to 3 out of 4, which was your max. But you are, as much as Babbitt was trying to help you, he could only do so much.
You're still
And-
ranking.
The more you exert yourself, the higher the chances are that you may pass out.
Yeah.
This is something that you guys are gonna have to take care of.
Okay.
You guys are running, and so I imagine you're just trying to make it back to civilization, like where there's people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
so
there's tracks. Yeah.
right, this is a restricted area that I'm sure has like very little tracks, if any. So if we
Okay.
can reach back to a population where we can hop on a trolley and just like
And are you
Get away.
ducking? Are you ducking in between places? Like
Well,
you're zigzagging through alleys, like
That's what I
cutting
would-
through.
that's what I would think. But Babbitt is leading the way right now. He's the fastest of all of us, and he started the
Babbitt
run.
seems to know where he's going. I guess we're
I would say you guys catch up to him. He is 6'6" and a big guy.
He's lumbering.
So he just had a head start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He probably knew he needed that head start, and that's why he started. He's like, they're going to make a decision.
They're gonna run.
you know.
Yeah.
With or without me, they're gonna run.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're going to start running here in a second when they realize that's what they need to be doing. Yeah, you guys catch up to him. You're kind of ducking through alleys. Like maybe it's like Babbitt's running, and then you catch up. You're like, oh, good idea. We should run. And then, Tremolo goes down this way, and you guys duck down one alley. And then Sally says, cut through here really quick. You're able to find like maybe patches where like the snow isn't as plentiful because it's in between buildings, so the snow hasn't really dropped in that area due to wind. It's not as dense, and maybe that breaks up your tracks a little bit. But then you start hearing the sounds of people. You're just about out of breath. Nezzy, you're doing pretty good. Like you've pushed yourself about as hard as you possibly could today, and it's just like adrenaline and fear and a desire to not be dead in this terrible landlocked Hackway Heights with the ocean so far away. You don't want to die here. And you start to hear people, and you hear a guy calling out, tickets for the 9:30 on sale, tickets for the 9:30 on sale. Don't miss them, don't miss them. Last chance. And you have made your way back to Freehold Station, which is where these cable cars run up to the tops of these buildings. Also across the street from the Freehold Station is an entrance to the famed Hackway of Hackway Heights. And I'm going to pull up a little map, and we'll try and describe it best we can for audio listeners. The map will probably find its way onto all the different places where we're online so that people can check it out. It is right here, and we'll zoom in. So you all are located here at Freehold Station. This blue line represents the Hackway, and it's intersected with this orange line, which represents all these cable cars. And you can see that these cable cars lead back to the headquarters for the Union of Structural Integrity, the people that you're running from. North of here is the Benz Civic Park, and south of here is the Department of Reclaimed Property. And further south from there is where you know Mr. Dick is located.
Does the Hackway go just one direction? It's
Yeah.
kind of, the route is kind of shaped like lungs, but it's almost circular. So does it only go
It is a loop.
clockwise, counterclockwise?
It all goes in one direction. You pay for it and you get on until you want to get off.
And it's an all-you-can-ride ticket cost.
Yeah. So there's no, yeah, exactly. So it's $5 to get on, and it takes you as many times around as you want to go.
It's $5 to get on.
Yeah.
Do we even have enough? Well, I was about to say, I guess we
You
have.
literally have $20,000.
We literally
Yeah.
have 20,000.
But once we touch that money, it's it's a thing. Okay.
I love the idea that you guys would go, you would spend the $5, which would put you down $15 minus whatever you actually have on your person. And you'd be like, I don't know if we're going to get that $10 back to cover. Like the whole adventure becomes, can we get that $10 to make it 20K?
We gotta come clean to Mr.
To make
Dick.
it 20.
We
Exactly.
did use 10 of these dollars.
But it goes, Jay, you said it goes counterclockwise, you said? Basically.
Right. So it would go north first. So
So
whichever way you go, it's going to go north.
You know, we could use a long ride. I don't know about anybody else. But
yeah, we talked. That's true. We could just kind of
sit on the Hackway for a long time.
sit on the
even though-
Hackway and
Even though we literally need to go one place backwards, we could go 12 stations.
Right. I know we talked last time. Does any of us have like some sort of hideout or just like apartment or something nearby?
So you guys got out. You'd been staying with like a dormitory around where Mr. Dick is.
Yeah.
Like he'd
Okay.
put you guys up
Yeah.
for like the last week. But I mean, you guys got money.
Yeah.
You can find a
A lot
place
of
to
money.
stay.
So, okay. I want to push towards the Hackway. I'm like, get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get on and head north, I would say.
As you guys are heading towards the Hackway, Babbitt says, I think that's it. I'm going to move on.
Oh, Babbitt.
What are you gonna do, Babbitt? I mean, are you just gonna go back to Ogilby's hideout, or?
Well, Ogilvy doesn't have a hideout. He's an alderman. He has an office.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, He's clearly in nefarious affairs. I don't know if he does that out of his office too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I really haven't thought too much about what I'm supposed to do next, but and he looks at all of you and he looks at Salty Sally with her big eyes and Nezzy with his blood running down his shoulder in front of all these people and Tremolo's black glassy eyes. And he says, but I think I have a lot that I need to work on and I need to go sort it out myself. And I don't know if it's best if I sort it out with you all.
Can we at least have a gentleman's agreement that what happened at that warehouse stays between us? Because we all know that if they find us, we're going to get blamed for it.
And he takes a pretty good think about what you just said. Not too long, but you can tell that he may have already been thinking about it. And he says, I don't think I ever want to talk about this ever again.
Good man.
And he looks at Sally one last time. He says, it's nice meeting you, Sylvia. And then he turns around.
Bye, Babbitt.
And walks away. Having
Bye,
mispronounced
Babbitt.
your name.
Her name's Sally. Bye, Babbitt.
It's okay, Tremolo.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
And he walks off. And now you guys don't have to worry about that NPC. Hallie starts pushing you guys towards the Hackway. Are you guys going to just hop on and?
Yes.
I start digging in the bag. I don't know even who has it, if it's me or if it's somebody else, but I'm going to like count out the money that I know we need.
We should probably hide that bag.
Yeah, maybe we should take out some spending money so we don't have to open this large bag of money all the time.
Take out a pack and zip it up.
Yeah, there we go. Gail, you're going to be in charge of the ledger of how much money you guys are spending from this 20K. If you get a little spreadsheet going.
I got it.
And see how fast you guys cook this money up. I'm really excited that you guys are now starting to dip into it. Okay.
Well, without that money, I don't think we had enough money to even board.
No.
Yeah.
You guys were going to be walking on the
I got $2
treadway here.
I had 5. I had enough for my share.
For you. Yes.
Oh, yeah. 3.
Yeah. So 2 of us could go. Sally could run next to the Hackway.
Is there anything I need to do in order to stabilize this wound, or does it just need like a bit of time without strenuous activity?
I think you need medical attention. Like it went clean through. Like
okay.
Yeah. Part of me is like, I think we need to get someplace still and look at it and make that. Yeah. That's one of the reasons.
Is there any like kind of like underworldy place I would know of to get this done without like going to like just a hospital?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
And where would that be?
There's a place not far from here called the Indigo Ranch. You can see it. It's the most northern point up here.
Yeah.
And they have horses. And it's like a horse. It's like a how do I want to describe this? It's a factory that has been gutted out and turned into a horse farm in the city. So like inside the factory on this floor, they've put a bunch of dirt down and tried to turn it into a ranch inside of a building.
Okay.
And you know that there's an underworld boss who works through there. And that if you pay the right people, you might be able to find somebody who could stitch you up.
Well, I think I need to get this tended to. There's a place I know at the Indigo Ranch where I think I could get that done, but I'm hurting bad.
All right. Let's get you what you need, Nezzy. It's just 2 stops.
It's
Indigo Ranch, sir.
You guys make your way onto the Hackway. The Hackway is this buzzing electric tunnel, above ground tunnel that has like like almost like a chain link grid above it. And you see these huge taxi sized bumper cars, these huge rubber inflatable bumpers surrounding the entire car. And on the back of it, it has this long rod that reaches up and grazes this electric fence. And you can hear sparks flying as this completes the current and gives the hacks the electricity needed to propel them forward. So you see them buzzing. You see a couple of people, a couple of guys who are waiting for passengers to come on. And you get your ticket. You can come over to this dude who's just sitting, not really paying attention. He's got a book. He's got dark braided hair, and he has a book in one hand that he's been reading. And he doesn't even like look at you guys when you come up to him. He's like, yeah, just, hop in the back. We'll be going soon.
Indigo Ranch.
Oh yeah, not too far, not too far. How you guys doing? He closes the book. You guys having a good night? He starts revving up. He starts revving
I'm
up
trying
the
to kind of
Hackway.
I'm kind of trying to duck down so that he doesn't see I'm like actively bleeding.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying
it's,
to
like,
act
all
like everything's
open.
normal.
It's open air, so there's no like rear view mirror. He's not looking up or anything at anything
Okay.
to look back at you. It's like a bumper car, but
Yeah.
with like many seats.
I must say, I'm terrified. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, you have the buzz of this electricity, and you can just kind of like the fabric on your body starts to kind of stand up a little bit, almost like a little static cling feeling tremolo. And he says, "Well, it's it's a pretty good evening. Get out of the cold. It's nice down here. You guys having a good night?"
Yeah.
Night to remember, without a doubt.
I hear you. I hear you. So we're heading up to the Indigo Ranch. Now is the point where that map that I showed you guys, in between every point, I need you to make a die roll. It's a D6. If you roll anything but a 1, nothing happens and you start making your way to the next point. If you roll a 1, something's going to happen.
So just one of us needs to roll.
So one person roll a D6 right now. We'll designate, David, you've already got a die in your hand. So
You
Yeah.
do. All right.
give me
It's
a
5.
1. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys start to buzz down this Hackway, and you pass the Benz Civic Park. You're getting close. You're halfway there. Gail, can you roll the other D6 to get you all to the Indigo Ranch?
3.
All right.
I just want to say throughout this, Tremolo is very nervous, and so he's being very chatty with the driver. Asking about his
yeah?
day, how's his day gone? Any interesting people?
I gotta say, this is gonna be my my last night, or not my last night. This is my last ride I'm giving tonight. My shift's about up, and then I'm gonna go to a little concert.
Oh, nice.
Oh, where?
Real nice.
Where's the concert?
It's actually, it's kind of nice. You guys are going to Indigo Ranch. It's over at the Gallery of Transient Art. There's a little concert venue right next to it.
I love music. I play myself, actually.
Oh yeah. What do you play, little guy? And he looks back, and you see him weaving in between his cars and like slowly drifting towards another bumper car. Like it's going to get
sir.
close.
Excuse me, in front.
Yeah.
But I play the violin, actually. I have it on me.
He's really very good.
My
Yes.
niece, she plays the violin. And he looks back and he goes, "You're a lizard."
Yes, that I am. Very astute, sir.
Wow. Oh shit, you don't look so good. And then you guys like bump into another hack, as he like realized Nezzy is like pale from blood loss. And he's like, "Oh shit, you don't look so good." And you guys bump into another as it curves around, and you guys kind of ricochet off. And he's like, "Who the fuck was that guy? Hey, watch it! Stay in your lane! Stay in your lane!" Hey, and he turns back around, not having learned his lesson.
Cheeks while he's doing that, and then
Is he going to be okay?
yeah, he's fine.
It's
He's just
my natural
naturally pale.
complexion. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yes. Just like I'm a lizard, he always looks like a corpse.
Oh.
It's totally natural. Please watch the whatever this is road.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. And he's still looking back at you. He's like, "Look, I've been reading this book about vampires. Are you a vampire?"
Not that I'm aware of. You can check my teeth.
Okay.
I give him a look at my pearly whites.
And he says, "Because I just got to the chapter here where they explain teeth, and they say you guys can pull them in and out of your mouths. Is that how that works?" And you just hear like people honking their horns meow, as he's weaving through, and he's having this like real serious. "I need to know right now, did I just give a fare to a vampire? And are you guys like his minions?"
Absolutely not, sir. But we are in a bit of a rush, we kind of need to get to the ranch as soon as possible. And you're kind of going slow and running into things now.
Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't know that we had a professional Hackway driver in the backseat. Is that you?
Not that. No.
Okay.
Would never call myself that.
Yeah, I would. It sounded like you were, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, yes. I am an expert on my friend Nezzy here, and he is no vampire. That is for sure. Could we please go, please?
Nezzy, is that short for something? What's that short for, Nezzy?
It's not short for anything, actuit.
Okay. Nezzy's not much of a vampire name. That's kind of lame.
I thought it was short for Nesbit.
Nesbit?
Nesbit is his nickname.
Oh. Okay. Nesbit.
Nezzy is his birth name, yeah.
I'm going to remember this name, Nesbit. And he pulls up to stop this Indigo Ranch. And he says, and he bumps into, the railing. And he says, "You all have a pleasant evening. I'll be watching you guys. You come back on these Hackway again. It better not to be sucking anybody's blood, okay, Bao?"
Next time, maybe you should start reading books about mermaids. Won't give you as much fear of your passengers.
Do mermaids exist? And I'm assuming you guys are leaving.
Walking
And
away
he's just
slowly.
yelling, "Do they exist?"
Yeah, he's noticing that this is obviously a seafaring chum. He's like, well, if anybody would know.
Yeah.
This guy with the octopus tattoo probably knows.
The driver from that we escaped the scene of the crime from now knows my name.
Yep.
That's not going to come bite us in the butt, I'm sure.
There's got to be a lot of Nesbits in the city, really.
Haven't met one yet.
Oh, okay.
You guys make your way
There's
out.
lots of Sally Hills.
Tons of Sally Hills. You guys make your way out of the Hackway and over to the Indigo Ranch. And David, I'm going to say that Nezzy is able to pay somebody to stitch him up. Like he knows the right people. I think that seems logical. And it's going to cost you guys some money.
How much?
Yeah. For the spreadsheet. How much?
In order to do like a back alley underground, it's going to be $250.
Okay, then.
If you had gone to like a hospital, it'd be like $400.
Okay, so this is a discount.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, after I'm patched up, I am gonna pull out my not very often used shirt from my bag, and I'll put that on.
Okay. Dave, I'm also going to ask you, because you guys are doing this in a kind of like dirty underground place, I need you to roll a d4 and not roll a 1.
Okay.
Mm.
2. All right.
Okay. All right. You don't get infection.
Great.
From horse manure and wherever we are.
From these vet tools.
Yeah, I would hate to
this
have my
guy's using.
shoulder amputated because of an infection. Yeah.
How, when you guys are at this doctor, this like vet, what are you guys doing with the bag of money?
So Sally, she, like I said, she wears very bulky clothes, but it's because she keeps all of her stuff under her clothes so that nobody even knows that she has stuff. She has very much like a Cruella de Vil physique where there's like very bulky and triangular at the top and then slenders down to these tiny little feet.
I love that.
And so her sack, she already has a sack of various different tools that are hidden on her person that no one knows that she has yet, as well as an urn of pig's milk. And so she's kind of sticking into one of her many compartments in her shirt, this sack, and then just sitting there with her hood up.
All right. So you guys effectively get this taken care of. It takes, an hour or two.
Real quick, how much money is in a pack? Like we just grabbed a pack.
1,000.
1,000.
So there was 20 of these stacks.
So I don't need to get back in the bag yet. Good. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that spreadsheet going?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Yeah. So you guys are doing that.
Tremolo is visiting with the horses because he loves animals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're able to go in there. It's heading towards like after hours, but since you guys are kind of backdoor dealing kind of stuff, like they let you in. There's like really beautiful like palominos and there's this gray horse that just looks like smoke on the water. Maybe that catches your eye. And you hear this woman, cowboy boots, walking down this concrete factory. And she comes up to you. She's got dirty blonde hair that's tied back in a ponytail. And her skin is red from having been out in the sun a lot. She's older, in her 50s maybe. And she's got a button-up shirt and a big belt buckle. And it says Indigo on it. It's got Indigo written across the front of it. And,
Hello, miss. Hello. My name is Tremolo. My friend is in the other barn over there with some of your acquaintances. I was wondering if I might meet a horse. I've never done it before, and I've heard great things, and I'd love to meet one of your horses, please.
And looking at her face, I don't know if you register it when you first see her. She seems kind of stern. But when you say, "Could I please meet a horse?" you see her demeanor shift, lighten up, soften a little bit. And she says, "Yeah, sure. What's your name?"
Tremolo. Your name, miss?
And she grabs your hand firmly. And she says, "My name's Anita."
Hello, Anita. Very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. And she goes to unbolt one of these gates, one of these stalls, and starts to move the horse. And she says, "So you've never been around a horse or anything before?"
No, I have not. I love animals, but so far in life have had the worst encounters with them, and I don't understand why. But I want to cuddle one so dearly.
Well,
Are horses cuddably?
not, they're kind of a little too big to cuddle,
Oh,
but
okay.
they're really nice to like lay your head on. And you
That
can,
sounds fine.
they're strong, powerful creatures. And when you lay your head on them, you can hear the insides working so hard to create this powerful animal. It's very soothing, actually, and a
You
little
make it sound
inspiring.
magical.
Maybe that's why I have a. Maybe that's why I built this ranch, because I think it is kind of magical. And she takes you over to this horse. She leads it out, and she holds out her hands like she's about to pick you up, but she's kind of waiting to see if she has permission to do so.
Oh yes, please.
And she lifts you up and helps you up onto this horse. Your legs flop over either side of the saddle. And she holds her hand up to hold your hand to keep you kind of steady on the back of this horse. And you can hear the sound of its hooves trotting on this concrete, dirt-covered floor. And she's going to take you for like a little lap. She
Thank
says,
you.
"You mind if I ask what happened to your friend in there?"
Oh yes. Well, he was wounded. You know how that happens. It's a beautiful horse, very beautiful horse.
Yeah, I have always loved horses. You know, there's a lot of people in the city who don't get a chance to see them as much anymore. They're more interested in the Hackway and automobiles.
Oh, not me. I'm much more interested in nature and the sea, and I always had an interest in animals, and I don't know why. And most of them absolutely hate me, despise me, try to chew my arms off and such, or run the other way. But apparently, I just needed to find a horse. This makes me very happy.
It might help that I'm here.
Oh,
These
yes.
horses don't act up if I'm around.
Oh, that may very well be the thing. And perhaps we should meet some dogs together as well. I'd much prefer to pet a dog sometime. Do you have that effect with dogs, Anita?
You know, I don't know if I do, but I'll look into it, and if I do and we meet again, I'll take you to a kennel sometime.
Oh, I would love it. It would make me very happy indeed.
You know, you're such a gentle soul. I'm a little worried.
About what?
I'm worried how somebody like you ended up in the situation you're in. The company you keep seems a little dangerous.
Oh, just because Nessie likes to keep his shirt off and tattoos on, he's not very rough, really. He's very kind. But if I'm honest, I am terrified for my life most moments. But such is the life of a small lizard.
And the friend of yours, Nezzy, how did he end up with that wound?
Oh, circumstances and such. You know how it is out there. I mean, you humans are not as durable as you would like to think. You're always running into sticks and bubbles and bullets and such, and it's ridiculous.
As you're doing that, as you're going down this list, she stops the horse. I think this ride's over.
Oh. What, did I say something to offend you? I very much look up to you humans, very much so. I did not mean to offend. That it's just that the materials that I'm made out of, I haven't pushed them to their limits. I don't quite intend to either. But
And she looks
basically,
at
you could say I could fall down a mountain and come out unscathed.
Her eyes lock with yours. There's not much that goes on here that I don't know about. I make it my job. Your friend down there has a bullet hole through his shoulder. And you all have a good sum of money to pay to get that bullet hole fixed. Would you like to tell me how he got that bullet hole? And maybe we could keep riding this horse.
Oh. The quick answer is no. I would not like to tell you. But I do appreciate your friendship, Anita. And I have a feeling that because you have such a large, fine facility here, and you have the means to help our friend in the way that you are, that you probably deal with occasions like this quite frequently. And you may be someone who understands how one may find themselves in a predicament that they never asked to be in, and then find themselves with a bullet hole straight through their shoulder and bleeding out, as you say. Would you understand that? Yes?
I do understand that.
Okay. So we're not an oddity here, are we?
No, not at all.
Well,
I think you fit right in.
well, I hope that is good news. But yes, I don't believe it's that big of a deal for my friend. Yeah, he needs to be patched up a little bit, and we'll be on our way.
Of course.
We do. Thank you for the pricing that you offered. That is one reason to come here over many more. We're very, very poor creatures, and that's a nice price cut you give there.
We try.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tremolo,
Yes.
after this evening, you and your friends go about your night, your evening, and every day afterwards, if you should find yourself in a bit of trouble, I hope that you feel like you can come back here for more than just medical attention.
I appreciate that very much, Anita.
And she leads the horse into the stall, helps you get down.
Thank you again so much for the ride and for the conversation.
Yes.
It has been my great pleasure to meet you and to get to know you.
And she kind of waves and turns her back to you and makes her way back. You can see her walking on towards a staircase that leads up to this catwalk that wraps around the building. She starts making her way up those stairs.
Oh, Anita. While she's walking up, I run back.
She turns back.
You have shared so much with me. And he takes his violin out. May I share something with you a gift for a gift.
Go ahead.
And he starts playing his violin.
Make a charisma check with your violin. So I think because you're using the violin, so the way the game works for people who are listening who've never played this game, which I imagine could be a lot of folks, everybody has 3 stats: strength, dexterity, and charisma. And they got that stat score by rolling 3d6 and taking the sum. Whenever they make a check, they roll 3d6 and try to get under whatever that score was. But in the regular game, people roll d20s. I just do 3d6s. And I also allow for players to be able to get advantages and disadvantages on these rolls. And by advantage and disadvantage, I'm able to subtract how many dice they roll. And I think because of the conversation we just had and you're using your violin, I'm going to allow you to roll just 2d6. What's your charisma score?
It is 10.
Okay. So so there is a chance you could still fail it.
Yeah.
So
I just rolled 3. I won't say anything about it. I just rolled 3 and I think I made it, but I'll do the roll the 2. Good. 8.
all right. You play for a little bit. You hear a door open.
And it's very charismatic, apparently.
It's well done.
Yeah.
It's well done. And she smiles and she listens through your whole bit, and then you hear a door creak in the back, and it's Sally. Sally, you see him playing to this woman on a staircase. And you were coming up here to say that Nezzy's good to go. What do you think as you watch him playing this violin?
I think he's just a wonderful violin player, but I also think I need to stay in the shadows. I don't think anyone who owns horses wants to know that Salty Sally Hill's in the building.
Okay. He finishes the song and starts making his way back, and you all are able to meet back up. Nezzy with a shirt this time. And you guys going to grab like a room for the evening somewhere?
Tremolo's fine. I don't have to sleep. I'm a mockery.
Nezzy's on some pretty strong meds. He's already asleep, and I could use a rest. He's on horse pills.
And I was hungry when we got to there, and all I had was a cracker. So a bite and a nap would suit me just fine.
All right. So,
I've heard that there's some cheap digs near the Greasy Mandolin and that they serve some food. Or we could try and find some finery somewhere since we've already spent $265.
I don't think we need to make any, have a low profile sounds like a good thing to me. People like us at a fancy restaurant might attract a little attention.
All right. Yeah, what time is it in the night?
It is
evening. Whatever.
Getting close to about 10.
Okay.
But we have some important decisions to make over dinner, potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to get back on the Hackway, or do we want to?
I think the Greasy Mandolin sounds about right.
All right. $15. Hail, Hackway.
All right. You guys hop back on the Hackway. That's another $15. And that is 2 more D6s you guys need to roll.
All right.
You get with another driver. It's not the same guy.
Good.
So Dave, you're ready to roll. 3. That gets you to, you pass by a stop. That's you see these murals for the Gallery of Transient Art. and then you start making your way, hopefully towards the. It's kind of like the starving artist quarter of Hackway Heights. So we need one more d6. Nathan, you want to do it?
Oh, Gail's got one right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gail, go ahead. Yeah, whoever's got it.
5.
5. All right, you guys get to the this artist quarter, and Sally leads you guys down an area where there is music being played. You can hear the sounds of a mandolin. It sounds similar to country bluegrass music. And there's this place called the Greasy Mandolin. It's got a sign on the front that's just like biscuits and like a pitcher of gravy that's being poured over top of it. Somebody's drawn in like little bits of sausage chunks in it. And you go in, and it's kind of like a dive bar, wood flooring. There's a bartender to the left, and these tables, not really organized throughout the building. Some of them look like they've been brought together, moved apart. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it, really. But they're all people are facing a stage where a band is playing music. And you can see everybody's got like these big plates, and there's carts being pushed around with massive cat head biscuits. That's what we call them, size of cat heads. These cat head biscuits, and people just reach out and grab a biscuit, put it on their plate, and then eventually somebody with another cart that's got pitchers of gravy. And they're labeled. You can see like this haphazard masking tape with pen marking. It says like spicy, mild. No, the spicier kind has like a little orange tint to it. And people are reaching out and grabbing these off the carts, slopping some on there. And there's another carts with eggs and little slices of bacon. And the guy says, $10 a person, all you can eat.
Yeah.
I can eat a lot.
We'll see, buddy. We'll see. That's what they all say.
As can I.
And he looks at you, and he knows what's going on. He's like, listen, and he bends over a little bit, and he goes, listen, you can pay the $10, and you can do whatever you want with the biscuits and the gravy and the eggs. And he looks around, and he gets real close, and he says, I'm not cleaning up after you.
Whatever do you mean?
You're not the first mockery to come in here with the munchies. Okay?
Yes.
So keep your mouth over your plate, and we're not going to have a problem.
Aye, aye.
All right. So $10, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. He's
I
30.
think I see a seat over yonder in the corner. Have a good night.
Corner's
Did-
perfect.
If you need anything to drink, my name is Tad.
Of course it is.
They call me Rad Tad,
Rad Tad.
and I make the meanest mimosa you've ever had in your life.
Well,
3.
we'll need 3 of those as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you do
Yeah.
pictures? Pictures of
Pictures
mimosa?
of mimosas?
Yes.
Pictures of mimosas, yes. I do that.
How much?
It would be, let me carry the one. Yeah, it's going to be a $20 picture of mimosas.
Let's do it.
Yeah, line it up. So that's 50 more.
With 3 glasses, yeah.
Uh-huh. Whoa, 3 glasses. I'm going to have to charge you.
No, you're not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I know I came from the deep country, but I'm not that out of it. All right.
Did
all right,
you?
Let's do this. Shush.
You came from the deep country?
Yeah.
You sound like Marissa Tomei and my Uncle
That's what they
Vinny.
sound like in the deep country. It's all
I love
reversed.
it.
New
Okay.
York is the deep country and Bastion is
Yeah.
southern. I don't know.
Oh, you blend. You blend.
You blend.
You blend real good out there in the deep country, I bet. He gets the 3 glasses. You guys pay $50. And Nesbitt, for those of you listening at home, David, who plays Nesbitt, is visibly sweating over how much money is being spent after his bullet hole took out $250 from this case of 20,000.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
It is on.
Let's
Yep.
just do this.
So we're looking at, where are we at? We're about 330, 360. I like it.
It is $340.
Yeah. You guys haven't had $340 in a real long time.
Nope.
No.
Or all you can eat
I mean,
biscuits and gravy either. So
when
we're
we
in.
when we rolled 1d6 to see how much money we started with, I thought, oh, maybe like $1 can actually get you quite a bit. And now I'm learning that's not the case.
No, not anymore.
No, we were on the dregs of our
Yeah.
Yeah.
more or less.
You're eating cabbage soup and, just oyster shells, no oysters.
Right. And now I'm finding out like we didn't even have enough money for a cab ride home. So
Nope.
Yeah.
our circumstances have changed.
Yeah.
When he does serve us when whoever serves us us, I do ask if anybody knows of a good like hostel or something that we could stay at.
Yeah, there's, people are getting drunk and having a great time, and they're like, oh, whenever you get tired, and there is a place for like $1 a night. It's a cot. They're like, it's a warm place. Everybody looks out for each other. Nobody's going to touch your stuff. You can stay there.
It's definitely an artist commune. Nobody's gonna touch your stuff.
Nobody's going to touch your stuff. Everybody's
all
going to respect
friends.
your space.
It's a place of love, man. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Well, thank
Nesbitt
you.
has already grabbed some biscuits and poured
Oh,
some
yeah.
spicy gravy.
Spicy gravy. It is, let's see how hot it is. It's mislabeled. It's rather
Yeah. Oh, Nesbitt can tell with the taste buds. Ah, this is
it's not very
bland.
good. Yeah. Needs pepper. Yeah, and you guys have a good night. And afterwards, you're able to, unless there's something you guys want to do, Tremolo, how does eating biscuits and gravy go for you?
Oh, it goes smashingly well. I eat a lot of biscuits and gravy. I have gravy all over me. It's amazing. It tastes perfection. But I'm also kind of bobbing the whole time we're walking around this place with the music. And after I have a couple of 8 biscuits smothered in 2 kinds of gravy, I pop up with my violin and just start playing with everyone and go around, bob over to the to where the band is to play with them.
All right. Give me another charisma check. We'll see how this goes. Tremolo is like feeling it tonight.
Is this 3d6?
I wanna.
Because I am kind of a stranger. Just
Yeah, you just kind of popped off there. I'm gonna have to say, yeah, it's gonna be a regular 3d6 one.
8.
Nice. 8 again. Yeah, you hop up there, and at first there's that kind of like, hey man, get off the stage, and then they're like, man, this guy can play. Let's go. And it sounds like somebody's got like a steel guitar, and it starts sounding like that song from Back to the Future 3.
That's exactly what
ZZ
I had in
Top's
mind.
playing. They're playing that song. And Christopher Lloyd's dancing around, really ridiculous with Mary Steenburgen. And yeah, you have a great time. You guys you become actually kind of the talk of the bar, and somebody offers a couch for you all to stay in, so you don't have to spend that $3.
Oh yay! We saved $3, guys.
And
Spend
that's
50, save 3.
that's a little favor from this DM to you, my players.
And he just sucked hundreds of dollars from us. Hey, here's $3 back, you guys.
Is,
$3 back.
That's think nothing of it.
I just want to also say, when everybody's like wrapping shit up, Tremolo's still like, "What's going on, guys? We're gonna play another one." He just does not want to
I'm
stop.
sorry.
It
Human sleep.
nosedives into like, no man, we're tired. Take that guy's couch.
Yeah.
Good night.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
tomorrow night, right? Everyone's back here.
Oh,
Wanna
he's
go?
found his forever home. Jay, we got to get him out of this situation with Dick.
Rad Tad says, "Hey, buddy, you played pretty good,
Oh, thank you very
and
much.
you didn't leave a mess.
Oh, on myself.
We had a mock hedgehog in here 2 weeks ago, and we almost had to beat the stuffing out of him. Like, I'm being real with you.
Oh,
I wouldn't do that because I'm a pacifist, but I would have threatened it sternly. If you want to come back here and play, you should. I think there's some people who'd really like to see your kind of music.
oh, great! I would like that very much. A Rad Tad.
That's me.
Yes.
And you
Thank you for an amazing night.
You are very welcome.
Best mimosa I've ever tasted.
I am closing up the bar now.
One more mimosa? No? Okay.
Nope.
Oh, right.
No, it just
Plays
dribbles
as he-
down your fabric.
He plays as he walks out.
Slightly regretting the offer.
Yeah.
Rad
He's a bit
Tad
like a
closes-
toddler. He's just like never tired.
Rad Tag closes up the greasy mandolin, and you all are able to sleep for the evening. David, you can get your 4 hit points back.
And yeah, so we get hit protection back.
Your hit protection, yeah.
Okay, because Sally was also down, if you recall, from the bomb.
Oh, right. So, on the Hackway, you would have gotten that stuff back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Good to
doesn't
know.
take long to get it unless you're like in bad shape.
Okay.
And for Nezzy, we had to kind of keep track of how bad a shape he was in.
Right.
All right. Before we get to the next part of this adventure, I think this is a good time to take a little break and say, hey, this is the second episode of the show, and I know it's only the second episode. What are they thinking? Asking for people to subscribe to their Patreon. We're not thinking too much about it, to be honest. We're just asking. And if you like what you're seeing or hearing on this show, and you'd like to help us make it better, because that's what we would do with any type of funds that we receive, you can go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and pay whatever you feel comfortable there. And if you go there right now, there is 3 character questionnaires that my players answered available to only people who are Patreons, and you can read Sally's backstory and enjoy some of that stuff that my players created before the game started, and other stuff that's on the way, including rules for Inkball, what will soon become the official sport of Hackway Heights, invented by David Jackson during his questionnaire. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, that's it. Back to the rest of the episode. That wasn't so bad. All right, so you officially have survived your first day on the job. The snow has stopped. It's brighter outside because the sun is reflecting off all that white snow So the light coming in through the windows is all that kind of refraction light, that intensified bright daylight that happens in the winter. That has super bright days, but only for a small amount of time. And you guys were sleeping on the couch and floor of one of the patrons of the Greasy Mandolin from the night before, who really liked Tremolo's playing, saving you all $3 whole out of the several hundred that you spent. And I tell you what I'm going to do. What do you guys want to do? Because we've been discussing, you all have been discussing options.
Yeah, I kind of imagine last night over even biscuits, we might have been like kind of chatting a bit about what we would be doing the next day.
So what is the plan? Because I believe the options were that I saw getting kind of tossed around was, do we want to take this money back to Mr. Dick? That seems like not going to happen because Tremolo's very suspicious of him, which has stirred a little bit of suspicion in Nezzy, hearing that Tremolo had been possibly set up by Mr. Dick before. This would be the second time. So going back to Mr. Dick isn't an option. What are we doing?
Well, I will say, whenever I have a near-death experience, and this is my fourth, I do go on a lucky streak. I think if we went to the marble races or rolled some dice, we could double this, and then we could pay back Mr. Dick and have enough money to do whatever we want.
I kind of thought about putting the money towards supplies and working to gain momentum, and more money. But that sounds a lot easier. So let's do that.
I'm fine with maybe getting a few more supplies. I mean, we had to do what we had to do, but we could maybe do what Nezzy's saying, at least with some of it. I mean, for fast cash, because you were talking about doing interest, and that takes some time, or like we would maybe thinking about, doing, you were saying like work, and I think that's going to take a long time. And I also think that Mr. Dick's going to come and looking for us. So I don't think we can necessarily go work, but we could definitely get some supplies, and we could definitely go gamble. And get some fast cash.
I almost totally forgot because we had so much fun at the Greasy Mandolin. I had a wonderful conversation with Anita at the farm last night, and we rode a horse, and we had a great time. And the horse was lovely. It was this like grayish, it's like smoky color, and I rode for quite a long time. It was very, very nice.
Oh, good. You didn't mention me, right?
No. I don't believe I did. No.
Yeah,
we talked about
I didn't.
We talked about Nezzy a bit. She was very interested in how you got yourself shot.
What'd you tell her?
You should have seen me. I really got around that one really well. I mean, my words were like good ones, and I don't think she's expected a thing. But we got on some pretty good terms with each other, and she said that if we ever needed help, that we could come to her. I'm not saying that this is the moment that we need to come to her, but I thought you should know. I'm very excited.
Nezzy and Sally both know that Anita Indigo, who runs the Indigo Ranch, is a feared member of the Hackway Heights underworld. And the fact that he was having a conversation with her might be a little alarming for both of you.
Is she someone that we would fear that would like sell this information that she gained to others or something? Like, would we fear her? We're not sure what she would do with.
You're not sure.
Do we know, or do we know her connection, if any, to Dick?
No.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't know that.
Okay.
You would
Tremolo,
know
you
that-
should.
You would know that she's been very much a part of this area. And it may be concerning that Dick is here.
Okay. Because
It may
he's
be
been on.
concerning to her that Dick is
Yeah.
like expanding his territory. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this. Yeah. Okay.
You could
So
possibly
he's been on the
assume
coast,
that, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's moving inland where she is. Okay. Okay. That could be an ally.
Tremolo, you should know that your new friend Anita is of not someone that normal people would want to mess with. She can be a powerful ally, but she could also be a powerful enemy.
Oh, I could see that she was had very strong presence about her. I could tell she meant business. She's a very lovely woman as well. Great with horses. You guys should take a ride sometime too. I'm telling you, they've got a lot of land around there. We could go on some horse rides and just enjoy ourselves. Do you feel better today, Nessie?
Physically,
Would you want to go on a horse ride?
But I think we have to really be worried about our lives at this juncture because we're wanted people.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
concerned with a lot more than horse rides right now because there's a lot of money missing. There's people dead, and we're one of four people. We're three of four people that know the most about what has happened here, and we're in a lot of danger.
And then that's when you hear a crack of an egg and the sizzle of a pan in the kitchen. Hope you guys like eggs.
Just hear that person's just hearing all of that. Oh my god.
So we know this person moderately well at this point. Who is this person's couch that we're staying on?
Yeah, let's find out their name. Their name is
Brad.
Rad Brad.
Tad's cousin.
Her name's Shira.
No, even better.
Her name is Shira, and she's got long braided hair. It's like 6 different braids, 3 on each side of her head. Each braid is a different color, green, yellow, blue. And she says, sounds like you guys are in a bit of a pickle.
We actually just like to have little exercises where we talk about different hypothetical situations and what we do with it. Little role playing, if you would say.
And you hear her stirring eggs around in the pan. Nah, it's fine. That's not really my scene, so I don't really care that much.
Okay. Your discretion is appreciated, Shira.
And she comes out, don't thank me. Thank Tremolo. He plays beautifully.
He
That
does,
kind of
doesn't
artistry.
he?
That kind of artistry needs to be protected.
Thank you
She scrapes some
so much,
eggs onto
Shira.
everybody's plates.
The only thing he does better than play violin is throw a bomb. You should have seen him.
X-name.
We established discretion.
Yes, but bombs kind of changed the level of discretion, man.
Does this mean we can talk about anything? Are we able to talk about the money?
No.
And she says, I counted that stuff last night. You guys
Wait,
have
Tremolo, I
19.
thought you were awake last night. You don't sleep,
I was.
right?
I did a few laps outside
Oh my goodness.
at one point. I went to check to see if anyone was still around the Greasy Mandolin because, I mean, it's such a hopping joint. I thought, come on.
Flashback to Tremolo standing outside the Greasy Mandolin and Rad Tad on the second floor going, "Go home."
Good night, Rad Tad.
It is 4 a.m. Cut back to you guys in Shira's living room. I just realized I named her Shira. Like fucking
Princess
Masters of the Universe. Yeah, that was an incident that I didn't do on purpose. And she says, "Yeah, okay. Again, not my problem. You guys do whatever you guys want to do."
Okay.
Personally, like, I say, spend it on your friends and loved ones.
What a lovely sentence.
You read that book called about Edward Scissorhands too, didn't you?
Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Is spend it on our friends and loved ones? And she turns back into the kitchen.
That's what you'd think. That's what you'd think.
I'm with you, Shira. And I throw eggs in my mouth.
I like start to take whatever fell out of his mouth and like scoop it onto my plate.
Yeah.
This is lovely. I love the butter content that you have there, Shira. These are lovely eggs. Mm.
Yeah, they remind me of home. So do the biscuits.
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do?
Well, we could either go and test our luck, or we could arm ourselves to the teeth. I think those are probably the two options that.
Or a combination.
The
Or
marble
combination,
races. Marble races don't happen until the evening, so you have all day. But the more you're outside, the more you're outside.
We could also think about talking to Anita. But I would arm ourselves to the teeth first.
I think the first step is probably just ensuring that we can protect ourselves as best as possible.
Okay. You hear a click of a radio in the kitchen. And there's like this nice little boppy music playing. Some jazz. And that radio broadcast cuts out. And it says, "Breaking news. Alderman Oglesby was found murdered in the Freehold area. We've been told suspects have been identified by a young child who lived nearby."
The Falcon.
More as this breaking news unfolds. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. And then the jazz comes back on and she's like, "That's crazy. Right, guys?"
Yeah.
Yes,
What a thing that happened. Wow.
that sounded
How
a lot
often
like
do
the
aldermen get
ogle
murdered in
tree guy
Bastion?
that we blew up.
Huh? How often do aldermen get murdered around here in Bastion?
I try not to think about it too much,
Okay.
but I think
So
it's
we
pretty
won't worry about
rare. They usually
Oh.
live until really old age.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, it's not that weird, but whatever. And then you hear closing of her icebox as she gets out some orange juice. All right. Now we have to make a decision. What are you guys doing first? You said you guys wanted to ensure your safety. You wanted to get some stuff, like some equipment.
Yeah.
So, and then second thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the marble races at the Gallagher Glassworks and Bet
we're
on
gonna
some
triple our
Marvel
money.
races?
Yeah, double or triple our money without a doubt.
We'll see. We'll see. That sounds great. That sounds like a great idea. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
No.
Well, boys, I don't need anything. I've got everything I need. So whatever you need.
Is there anything in specific that you guys are like, I want that? So this world, you can get things like, you can get just about anything if you can find it.
I after getting shot, I'm definitely trying to, almost like get something where like almost some body armor, maybe something that if I get shot again, I would have some more a hit protection.
Or would you like a potion that makes your skin harder so you can still be shirtless?
That would be ideal. A permanent.
I feel like he wants to be shirtless.
Yeah, if I could turn into Colossus at will, that would be best case scenario.
Just make sure those tattoos are still on.
I don't know. You said if we could find it. So let's come up with a dream.
Just want to say, there has not been a Colossus design where he has tattoos, right?
There should be.
That's pretty cool.
Colossus, like the X-Men?
Yeah.
How would...
With tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a liquid metal.
I feel like his skin would react as soon as you try to give him a tattoo. Like it would just harden up.
Maybe.
Can he just not do that?
I don't know.
He has control over it. He decides, but
we've gone into X-Men on this.
Okay. Lock it in.
But that's the thing. That's the cool thing. It's liquid metal. He could go Colossus and have somebody just paint on him, spray paint and stuff, and then it goes away, and he doesn't have any tattoos. He's like, hey, I'm a straight-laced dude until I'm Colossus. And that's not the right word. What is it? I am Colossus. My whole blend. Something like that.
Colossus. Isn't that how they do it? Isn't that how they do it in the X-Men cartoons? He's not like, he doesn't sound badass at all. No. And then they finally show him.
I am nice.
And then at the end of the episode, they're like, hey, do you want to join the X-Men? And he was like, Bess, I'm going to work on this farm with this yak. And that's what he does. And you kind of don't feel bad. You're like, that's not the Colossus I really wanted, but whatever.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's how it always went. They'd introduce a new X-Men. You'd be like, that's a guy. And then use him for an episode, maybe a two-parter. And then they would be like, let's take that guy away. Like, that's the end. We're never going to draw him again. I was like, why wouldn't he join? I have things to do. Not really. Not really.
No, people have lives, Jay. People don't all, go, I want to be the X-Men. Okay.
All right, back on track. This goddamn X-Men talk. It's going to... All right, so you're looking for some kind of armor. So you go, and you guys are. Is there anything else? Is the armor you're looking for something that, like a plate or something that can protect you, a vest?
I also think we need. We've got 2 pistols, but not a whole lot to do with those. Because these have to have powder and.
Yeah, I think you all have enough for
bullets and a ramrod.
1 round each or something.
Right. Or if there's new developments in weaponry that involve technology, like some
AK-47
metal fists that I can bash people with.
But this is the thing, the way this place works, this isn't like we're gonna be able to be there's an armory with everything that we want. Yeah. This is here's a shop that has some of these kinds of specific things, and we can turn that into what we want or something like that, right?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just kind of taking in what you guys are looking for. So you're looking for possibly something that can protect you. And then I'm hearing from Nezzy that he wants something, maybe some kind of weapon.
It sounded like he wanted gauntlet fists that make him punch harder.
Yeah, with electricity too.
Tremolo was looking for more powder and shot or better guns.
Not to go back to Marvel, but you want Shocker gloves.
Basically.
Spider-Man from Spider-Man villain Shocker.
Yeah, you want Shocker gloves? Is that what you're saying?
You want? You want to be able to punch a bus.
I just want
you just have to make sure that you put your dampener.
I've been subscribing to a weapons subscription like a little Sears catalog for a long time, and I'm just always perusing the new stuff. And I want that really flashy thing that I've just always been if I had enough money.
I should point out you do have this iron hand.
That's right.
From Merkin's Iron Hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
So
of
if that could be
Colossus,
adapted.
It's
So
in
but is that a hand
Tremolo's,
that like is it like
Yeah,
solid
Tremolo
or
has
is it really like a gauntlet, like something I could slide my hand
for
into?
Tremolo, he could slide his hand into it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
For the rest of you guys, you'd have to cut your hand off.
Not feeling that. Yeah.
That doesn't sound as good.
Listen, if you really want it, you cut your hand off. That's all I'm saying. If you really, really want it, you go get this taken care of and cut your hand off. All right. I guess you don't want it. That's fine. That's fine.
I actually originally had Nezzy as someone that actually only had one hand, but then I realized I had a squid hook and I couldn't even use it. So I was
Yeah,
like,
two-handed weapon that I can't
He's
use
got
'cause I only
one-
have hand.
I shouldn't make
He's
that
got
part of
one
my
bag
backstory.
wrapped around the other, and he's like, he's hooking him with one arm and like bending it around the other.
Yeah.
He's like that one-handed pitcher who's able
Yeah.
to like put his glove. What was that dude's name? You know what I'm talking about?
I
The
know
Major League
I mean,
Baseball pitcher who had one arm, and he had a glove, and he was able to throw it and then get his glove on to field.
Mhm.
Did he
Yeah,
actually
God.
make it to the majors?
Yes, he did.
Really?
For a while.
Okay.
What was that dude's
Oh,
name?
wow.
I wish I knew. All right. So here's what we're going to do. You guys go out on the town.
Mhm.
Gail, roll a d6 for me. You're on
One.
mute.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, you did. It's always you.
We're sitting here thinking that's going to be like Pretty Woman or something. We're just going to go shopping.
Yeah.
And then-
Da-da-da-da. Why
and
is it
then,
like
and
Pretty
then
Woman?
like Pretty
Because
Woman,
I
we
thought
all
I was
walk
going
into these
shopping.
shops and they go, you
Yeah.
don't want your kind here.
Big
also-
mistake. Huge.
This is Rodeo Drive and you're a hooker. So
Do they
go
know
away.
she's a prostitute by looking at her? They're like,
They say
They've
like,
never
oh,
seen
you
this
can't.
movie.
Yeah, they say she can't afford any of it. Like, this
Yeah,
isn't your
basically they're just
style.
like, she doesn't fit in. So and that's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen to us here. We were going to go shopping, and then something's going to come and smack us in the face and say, "Mm-mm-mm."
Yep,
all right,
apparently.
let's see what happens. Oh my God, what are the odds? What are the odds?
Oh my God, is it a Triceratops?
We don't know
Alright.
what's in this world,
Here's
Jay.
the good news. Nothing's gonna happen. But I am gonna say you walk by a park. And at that park, you can see clearly these children playing at this park. And there's snow on the ground from the day before, except for a little patch of ground that looks like it's been freshly dug up. And it looks like these children that are playing tag in this idyllic park are walking over what looks to be a spot where somebody's been buried. And then you get to the shop. If this had happened at any other time, something crazy would happen. But yeah. Yeah. So you guys walk to the shop. We're going to leave that out there for you guys to investigate on a different day. Or never come back to ever again. And
Just so we remember, where was this location we're flying past?
Yeah, it's between the Greasy Mandolin and
wherever the shop is. So as you're
Okay.
wrapping around south. If you ever want to look at that. If you want to look at it now, you can look at it now. Any takers?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling. I want to take a look. They're shopping. I'm just like, you all go on.
Okay.
It's the opposite. Usually the woman's trying to like
Yeah.
drag her husband, but these two
Yeah.
often
She's doing the like, I'm just going to sit here in this massage chair. How about that?
yeah.
You go ahead and spend
Just
3
gonna check out
hours.
this burial grounds.
I'm going to make sure you don't spend too much money as you then spend way too much money on a dumb massage chair that's not going to make you feel better. All right. The two of you head off to the shop. Sally, You go to this park and you see it's fresh ground. Like it's been, and like what's confusing about it is that it's cold.
Yeah.
Like the ground should be frozen.
Yeah.
And the kids are playing, "Hey lady," and somebody like tags you. You're it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was checking out what happened here. Did you all play in the dirt?
And the kid tags you and says, "You're it." And then you hear all the other kids say, "You're it, you're it, you're it, you're it." And there's like a group of kids, about a dozen and a half, on slides and swings, and they're all chanting, "You're it, you're it, you're it, you're it."
Take my pitchfork out and do a little flourish. I am I?
And everybody stops. The people on the swings stop, like in that unsettling, like complete lack of motion way. Like they should keep swinging, undulating, right? And they just break. And they're all staring at you. You should go.
Why?
We thought you wanted to play.
I did want to play.
And you have a pitchfork out, right? That's what we're saying? They say, "Not like that. You play rough."
How do you play?
And the way they're talking is like one person starts a sentence and another kid finishes the sentence. So of
You
these
play
18
rough.
kids. Yeah, it's like, "You play rough." What was the question you just asked?
They said you played rough, and I said, "Don't you play rough?"
Or how do you play?
Or how do you play?
"We don't like you anymore." And you can see like the way you worded that question makes them uncomfortable.
I start using my pitchfork to dig some of this dirt.
They get up screaming. And these 18 children are going to swarm at you.
Okay.
What do you do?
All right. How close am I to the entrance to the park?
And this is what you hear. This is what you hear. "Save the master. Save the master." And they all run forward.
Oh my gosh, are there real freaking vampires in this park? Okay. Okay. Yeah, how far away am I from the entrance?
To the park?
Yeah.
You're like midway into the park. So, I mean, you're like, I don't know, 40 feet.
Okay, that's what I thought. How many kids between me and the entrance?
You're in between them and the entrance.
Okay.
So the entrance is to your back, and these kids are in front of you. They're rushing.
I'm going to do a couple cool little backflips and a cartwheel.
Yeah, you are.
Out. I mean, I don't need to. It's more just to impress the kids and maybe appease them.
And so you book it and head out of the park. You make it past that gate, and they all rush up, and none of them will cross.
Do I notice anything weird about them?
They have dark
Besides-
circles
Oh,
around their
geez.
eyes.
They have pointed teeth too.
No pointed teeth. It is daytime.
They're not Nosferatu kids. Or Nosferatu. That's what I was thinking of.
No.
Okay. Dark circles. Okay. Well, we'll play next time, okay?
They all rush up to the gate and go as you walk off. All right, yeah, that's enough of that. And Tremolo and Nezzy are in a shop that is a kitchen supply and armory store.
What a duo! Wow.
Yeah. So it's like metal, scrap metal of broken appliances that have been reformed into they look like Kevlar vests that you can strap over yourself and buckle in. The prices are not cheap.
What's not cheap?
Yeah, I'll walk up to the shop owner and it's like, show me the nicest piece you have in terms of protection, please.
Oh, yeah. So what we got over here is we've got, now this is the old model, and he's pointing at this like what looks like a trash can that's been turned upside down and with holes cut out of it. And then that was last year's model. Okay. We sent it through a couple of our guys to kind of make it a little bit more form-fitting for the modern man, right? So let me take you over to here to today's model, and it is the front door of an oven, like a small oven that has buckles all over it to strap it across your chest. So if you like ovens, and who doesn't, and you feel like whenever you put your turkey in that oven, that turkey is safe and protected, and that oven protects the heat from the rest of your house, now you have that on your whole chest.
I'm really interested in that turkey.
No, there's no turkeys here.
Oh,
It's just the door to the oven.
I misunderstood.
It's okay.
What are we here to get, Nezzy?
I was looking for some body armor of types. We happen to live in a less than a desirable area, and just for the protection of myself as I walk around, I wanted something very secure, something wearable that could really protect me if I was ever, per se, shot.
It looks like that's the thing. It protects turkeys.
And it sounds like it would protect you from like hot stuff too, like a bomb. Maybe.
And how
You seem dubious, friend, and I understand.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm sure that's the stuff that you would show to just the average Joe that walks in. I don't want to be that person. I want some high-end stuff.
Well,
What do you have now that we're talking?
and he yells in the back, Ronnie, get that thing you were working on. All right, pal.
Yeah.
My son, Ronnie, is working on something real special now. This would be next year's model.
Okay.
And you're welcome to try it.
Prototype of sorts. Okay.
A prototype of sorts.
Okay.
Now, my son, Ronnie, he's a bit of a genius, okay? If I do say so myself. It comes from my side of the family, all right?
My boy and your boy would get along just well. Yeah.
A father to father. Hang on just a second, Ronnie. And this kid with glasses comes in, hair all mussed up. He's got black marks all over his face from like soot and ash, and he comes in and he has this shield, and it is has a flat surface. It's kind of like a almost like a teardrop kind of shield. He says you could strap this onto your arm and it could work just as well as the oven door, but now you don't have all that weight hanging from your chest. Your traps get all tight, your neck hurts whenever you're sleeping, and look at you. And he points at your arms. You strap to this to one of your arms. I can tell you're a hardworking guy. Look at those calluses. Look at your calluses.
That's right. I've worked with my hands every day of my life.
One of these days, my son Ronnie is going to have calluses just like you. God willing.
Yeah, my boy Barney, he's always good at figuring out how to work with some newfangled technology to improve little gadgets and do things that I've never been able to. That's not how my mind works, but that's how his works. And it seems like you're that type of lad.
Ronnie and Barney, we should set them up with a play date or something. Don't you think?
We should.
You guys, you want to do a play date? And Ronnie is 15 years old. And he's like, shut up. Just try the shield. And they strap the shield on. He's like, I don't want any play dates. And they put the shield on you. Now, this shield is considered bulky.
Okay.
So the issue becomes, if you want the armor, you're not going to be able to use the squid hook.
Yeah. Bulky doesn't necessarily mean it's two-handed, though. Like I could still wield the gun with.
You could wield the gun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You could be the shield gun guy.
The shield gun guy. Yeah. And what exactly does this shield do?
The shield is a +1 armor.
Yeah.
So any damage I would do. So if I rolled 3, the damage done to you would be 2.
That's handy. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said they tell you the price for this, because they're like working it down to just the bare essentials. It's $200.
$200. Well, this seems like a delightful product. Since it's a prototype, let's say if I could come back to you and let you know how it's working for some type of discount, as some sort of trial period.
Like a loaner.
Well, I know this is next year's model, so I just want to, it's good to have people that test out your product to let you know how things work in actual danger. And believe me, the area we live in is quite dangerous.
Do a charisma check.
A 9. That should do the trick.
Which is under your, yeah.
Yeah.
He says, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you for the week. For 100.
For 100.
But you got to bring it back.
You got a deal.
I need a little collateral, something that you'll come back for. That way you don't get a shield for $100 and take it to my competitors.
I see. And what would work as collateral in this situation?
Something that means something to you.
I have this bag. No, actually, I need that bag. It carries all my things.
I was really excited about the bag. Is there anything in the bag I could have? You get it back after a week. Oh man.
You gonna use that squid hook?
I'll pay the 200. I'm emotionally attached to everything I have. I have very little.
I understand. Well, c'est la vie. And $200 from the $20,000 party fund.
You said this stuff wasn't cheap. I was expecting there to be like 15.
The crude armor was going to be $500.
Yeah.
The crude armor was going to be $500.
Okay.
Oh,
The
really?
oven door.
Just an oven door?
Yeah.
But
Same effect though. They do the same. Numbers wise, they're the same.
Oh, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
I got this prototype. Got it.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Was there anything else you guys wanted to give before we move on to Gallagher Marbles?
Do you have anything for me, sir?
And he looks down at you. And
He's a lot stronger than he looks, by the way.
And I bet he is. Are you looking for something to protect that That felt flesh of yours?
Yes.
Let me see what I can cook up here. And he goes down into his wares, and he pulls out a helm, like a helmet, and he says, "I feel like you could wear this, and it could protect your melon."
Could I see
And
it?
look at this, and there's like a knob on the right hand side, and it clicks, and he goes, "Ronnie had this installed. A lot of people don't have anything like this." And he pulls out an antenna from the side and clicks a little knob, and you can hear the radio. He's like, most people have to have big boxes, to get the radio signal. He can get them so that you can walk around with them. I've been working out to it.
I like this very much. May I try it on?
Yeah. And he nestles it on your lizard head. Looks nice. It has a little point that comes down over the bridge of your lizard nose, your snout, whatever they call that.
What do you think, Nezzy?
It's quite dashing.
It is.
How much is it?
I mean, that's got the radio in it and everything. It's gonna have to be about $250.
Can you hear the radio pretty well? I mean, does it fit your where exactly are your ears?
Yes. Yes.
Can he
Oh, they're talking
change
about
the
us
radio?
again.
Oh yes. Okay.
You
Can
hear,
he change stations?
Yeah, there's a second dial. Like one dial's volume on the right hand side. There's a second dial on the other ear. That's
Frequency.
networks.
All right.
Frequency, yeah. And you can hear them talking about all the legislation that Oglesby passed, and that's like the measure of his greatness, is how much legislation he passed. And so they're just listing dryly all these bills, just the numbers.
Bill 1121-367. Bill 1121-368.
Yeah.
In this world, do the police or the enforcers in the area, do they use like radios? Do they have like no? Okay.
No, they don't have anything like that. Like it's like somebody yells. They're working on that. It's being worked on, but they don't have like travel radios, like something that can be in a trolley with them.
No, I was just seeing if this was somehow something that could be hacked where we could actually kind of hear chatter.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And how much?
It could probably do a lot more.
How much protection would this give me?
It would also be a +1. So you have a radio plus an armor, one armor, which effectively doubles your ability to get it right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to spend the money on it.
Everybody's spending money, man. Let's go.
Yeah, but Tremolo still feels kind of like not just because he's little, but also because he's a mockery. He just kind of feels like a child, like he doesn't feel like he can do anything with this money himself.
So Sally, mark 250 from put it on the old spreadsheet.
It's done.
Have you guys blown through 1,000 yet?
No.
You're getting close?
No.
No, not even close.
No.
Okay.
We could buy a couple other pieces of armor first.
Okay. Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right.
You need anything, Sally?
No, I'm good. I got everything I need in my bosom here.
You wouldn't happen to have any ammunition for a pistol like this one, would you?
Hey, this is an armory and cooking ware store, sir.
I don't know what you have in the back.
It's just my son, Ronnie.
Just Ronnie.
We met
Do you
Ronnie. Nezzy, we met Ronnie. We know he's the one in the back.
Do you happen to have any dish detergent?
That we have.
All right, I'll take some of that.
Okay.
And maybe, do you have like a? Never mind. We'll make something work.
He said, I'll throw in a packet of dish detergent.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's another little gift from this GM to you guys.
We've
I'm
saved
not gonna
about
make you
$4
pay.
after we spent $790.
Oh, yeah.
$4 discount.
Let's see how these races go. All right. We're going to move forward to Gallagher Glassworks.
Are we
that
taking
evening.
Are we taking the Hackway?
Yeah, and because you guys already did an encounter this session, I'm not going to make you do another roll. You guys are going to make there. It's another 15. Mark it.
Marked.
And you all make your way to Gallagher Glassworks, and it is towards the end of the evening. You can see workers setting up these huge copper racetracks made of copper piping that they're fitting and placing, and people are pulling up these bleachers. This place creates stained glass windows. So you see these beautiful stained glass windows in the factory, and this building produces stained glass objects, bottles that then get sent to different soda companies. And some of these factory workers exit the building, and they literally go to a counter and get chips to start betting on the marble races with their paycheck for that day. And you see a lot of people are coming up, and it's a buzz of activity. This is like the place to be in the evening for some of these folks. It's a little cold, but that doesn't stop people because the activity is so fun. You guys get up there, and you see a sheet of some of the races happening for that evening. The first race is between 5 marbles. They are Rocket, Vroomer, Devastator, Harpy, and Equinox. And each of those 5 names has a set of odds next to them.
Okay.
Rocket is 3-1. Vroomer, 6-1. Devastator, also 6-1. Harpy, 7-1. Equinox, 8-1.
So whatever we put down on that would show. If we put it on Rocket and it was correct, we would triple our money. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I saw some horse races once, and I mean, we usually look back on the breeding and everything. How do you make a marble? Like, do we know their mommies and their daddies and stuff?
Yeah. So what do these marble races look like?
So it is kind of like there is a pit at the top, and everything it's gravity based, right? And you can see people like running oils across these copper pipes to make them nice and slick. And these marbles are released, and then they run down a funnel, and then there's like branches where the marbles can go in different directions, but the distances are always equal. And they run down these spirals and these other funnels, and you can hear like a ding, 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 these little practice runs and stuff that people are doing just to make sure the track is right. And they cross a little finish line where their owners are waiting for them.
And what would make a good marble? Like, why would it not be that these were all had the same odds of winning?
These marbles are made by different glass blowers who take pride in their ability to make the proper sized marbles, density, svelteness. Some of them feel like if you have a more dense marble, that gravity will affect it better. It'll maybe push some of the other marbles out of the way. Others like uh, less dense marbles, speed, that kind of shit. Some kind of pseudo physics that I don't understand that I'm making up on the fly with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mommies and the daddies is the glass blowers. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're betting more on the glass blower techniques.
Yeah.
And
You see these people
execution.
walking up with these wooden boxes, and they open up the box, and there's like a velvet lining and a little circular inset where they pluck out Devastator. And it's this dark black eye with a red cat eye slit in the middle of it. And the guy holds it up. He's the skinny guy in overalls, with like patches of hair on his face and a baseball cap. And he's trying, like, you can see, like, he's imagining he's a medieval knight or something. And he's like holding it up. He's like, Devastator is here. Bow to his power. So that was Devastator. Most of the other ones, a little less fanfare.
Oh, so Devastator is the favorite?
Devastator,
no, Rocket is the favorite.
Just the coolest.
not.
I know. I was gonna say Rocket's the favorite, but
he's hyping himself up.
Devastator's the
Devastator's hyping
favorite.
himself up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this place pretty packed right now?
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Should we watch a couple and get to know the marbles?
I assure
Sure.
you want to get in on these races first.
Who is talking to me?
Jays.
Tremolo is.
I only have so
is-
many of these races set up. I don't want to waste.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste
Let's let
Rocket.
Devastator and
Emperor.
Equinox do their thing, and we'll wait for the next one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pull that curtain closed again. Yeah, you guys watch like a practice race and some stuff happened. The Devastator race is later that you will bet on.
Yeah.
All right.
I just feel supremely disqualified for figuring this out.
Ooh. So I guess,
We're gonna be left in
and with that, I'm gonna go behind the curtain here and ask:
Sure.
Is there a way that we could get an advantage roll or anything if we do something that you think deserves an advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. So because you're saying that it's the place is packed and everything, Tremolo tugs on Nezzy's pants. Nezzy, can you hold me up for a moment, please?
Of course.
Thank you. Hey, he's looking around everywhere, and he's looking for who would seem to be like the ritziest, like people who would know the most about, that you can tell they're here all the time, they're in the special box seats and all of that. He's looking for those people.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can see that there is not necessarily box seats, but it's like, imagine if you ever went to like a baseball game or a soccer game or something where there's those parents that have the tent, like the stand that props up and they can sit under it and they've got the shade. They don't have an umbrella. They have a whole structure that they just fold out before the game. There's a group like that, and you can see they're not necessarily like ritzy looking. They're more like they're all going over notes together. Everybody else is just kind of like chatting and drinking beers, and I'll put 5 on it or whatever. And these people over there, like, looking at the track, they're taking notes, and then they're comparing it. They seem like a little club that does this often.
Great. Hey, thank you, Nezzy. You could plop me down now. Thank you. Would you please hold my helm for a moment? I'm going to do a little reconnaissance. Actually, if you hold that up a little high so I can see my antenna, I'll be able to find you again, because it's very hard down here. And he just like scampers away between everybody's feet.
Ding,
and
ding,
stuff.
ding, 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 ding. You come over there, and they're just like kind of statistician nerds, the kind of people you'd see at baseball games doing like fantasy baseball, the ones who know checking all the boxes. They can do the scorecards and stuff. And,
So he's he's trying to be stealthy about this, to just kind of
Okay.
be close enough that he can hear their conversation and act really cool, like he's doing something else.
Yeah. They say that they think the odds are right for Rocket in the first. They all say stay away from Equinox. It's a trap. They say the Equinox one's for suckers. And then they said in race 2, the marble known as Deviant Caress is a sham. And that's what you're able to kind of discern from it before it becomes like information overload. And you're like, I can't remember all these things they're saying.
Cool.
So you can get those 3 bits.
All right. And then I scamper back over to the crowd.
Okay. So, David, it seems like this is kind of your baby. This adventure to getting the gambling adventure. Have you selected which marble? I'm sure Tremolo imparts this information to you all. Are we going with Rocket, Vroomer, Devastator, Harpy, or Equinox?
You know, the odds are on Rocket if we want to play it safe. There's something in my gut telling me Vroomer's going to win. What do you think?
You know, I was looking at the odds, and if we bet $1,000 on each marble, really Rocket is the only one we'd lose money on. So we'd bet like $5,000, and then you get $6,000 for Vroomer, $6,000 for Devastator, $7,000 for Harpy, and $8,000 for Equinox. No, that's not how you bet.
That's not how gambling works. You got to go with your gut, and you got to put all of your eggs in a basket, and you got to cheer. It's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. You think down the stretch, Vroomer and Devastator are going for first and second. You're just like, yeah, good for both. Have a fun time, both of you.
Yeah, because then you're happy. Whatever.
I've never gambled with a mathematician before. This is something else.
I like certainty.
What's the pick, Nezzy? What's the play?
He said Vroomer.
Vroomer?
I think 5,000 on Vroomer, and
you're putting 5,000 on Vroomer. Let's go. Let's go. He wants to wrap this up, right? 5,000 times 6 is 30. That's all of it, right?
That's all of it.
And you hear these people, they get your 5,000. This is like the most money they've seen bet on anything in a long time.
Oh shit, we should not have
done
this.
And they go, holy shit, big spender over here.
I'm telling you,
can you cover it?
Whenever I have a near-death experience, there's a little flash of luck. You don't want to waste it.
And they go, 5,000 on Vroomer, and everybody's going, 5,000 on Vroomer. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you look over there, and they're like, Vroomer, 5,000. And this old man turns around with this this blue eyeball, and he plucks it out, and he's like, you're going to get your money's worth, son. Oh my God. And people start rushing over there, and people are like a buzz. They're going like, Vroomer. They want to see this guy hit big. And there's like a couple of other people going like, I hope Vroomer blows it. I hope you lose all that money. And, you know, they're the kind of people that just being contrarian. All right, Vroomer, $5,000.
Shit, we should not have done that much money. Anyway,
you see these marbles rolling down, running through the track, zipping, zamming. You know, they're breaking into each other. and they start heading towards the stretch, and Devastator starts colliding with marbles and spilling them out onto the ground. And by itself, Devastator, I told y'all, makes it across the finish line in first place. And you hear like this, the only person yelling is the guy who owns Devastator. And he's like, Devastator wins again, motherfuckers. And turns around and he's like, right, guys? And everybody is looking at you. Yikes.
I think we should have gone with my plan.
Gail, I need you to mark $5,000 from the spreadsheet.
It was already done.
Oh, yeah.
I did it before.
I was worried about this. I was worried.
Then we
that
can
that
add it
near-death
to the
experience
spreadsheet later.
Wasn't close enough to death. I was worried about that. Ugh.
Next race is coming up. This guy says, next
Good
race
thing
is
we can
coming
make
up,
it back.
everybody.
We can make it back. I've been in this situation before, and it's always bounced back for me
Fucking A, let's do it.
80% of the time. Tremolo, you're picking the winner this time.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I had some good intel on the first one, but
Was your intel?
I don't know if we
Devastator was
did
gonna
because
win?
your intel didn't say nothing about Devastator.
no.
Dark Horse Devastator came through. Oh, I love this. This is my new favorite thing to do in role-playing games for these races. I want to tell you guys how it works because I think it's so genius, but I feel like if I tell you, it ruins it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So who are the 5 racers for the next race?
Here, there's Loopy, 4-1. Deviant Caress, 3-1. Dollars of Money, 5-1.
That sounds like us.
Alucard's Mercy, 9-1.
Oh no.
Ace Condor, 6-1.
Tremolo,
There's
you
Alucard's
saved my
Mercy?
life here. I think Tremolo needs to pick it.
I like the sound of Loopy.
Loopy for the win. How
Can we
much
go
we
out?
betting?
Guys, I'm really uncomfortable. I'm afraid we're gonna get robbed. If we keep
Robbed?
throwing around so much money. Yes.
Yes.
Can we do less? And let Tremolo do it this time?
$500,
Yes.
please.
500.
Yes.
Yes.
You haven't
Oh my
marbled
Nice
God.
sum of money.
Missing a
We would
zero.
get.
You're missing a zero.
No.
We're not even going to make back what we lost with that kind of bet. Do you understand?
No. What?
How much you got left, Sally? How much do you have left?
We have $14,195.
What's $5,000?
We've already dipped into this. We need to leave so that we can be able to give Mr. Dick back his
2,000.
case.
2,000. That's
better. That's
2,000.
better.
And so if we win,
All right,
we
well,
get
that's it.
8, right?
If that's what we're doing, then this is it.
If we lose, we run away. We don't.
I got the bag, Nezzy.
Yes, we run.
Okay. So $2,000. We all agreed
Yep.
on
Loopy.
Loopy.
Yes, Tremolo walks it over and slaps it on the counter. $2,000 on Loopy, please. Thank you, sir.
Oh shit! Big spender here. The little guy's got a wad, and everybody's like, not as excited, but like a little bit like, hey, let's get it up for this mock lizard dude and his big bet. You know what I mean? But there's kind of this hesitancy because just watched Nezzy lose his shirt. You know, there's people just like, do you need a drink or like, you know, a help hotline that you can call?
The answer is yes. Wait, he needs a drink. Get him a drink.
They are racing down the track, and oh my god. I love this game, dude. They are racing down the track, and you see this round, um, uh, sparkly marble zipping. It's not even close, and it comes out the end, and this guy with a pencil thin mustache and a gloved hand catches it and looks, and he goes, "Deviant Caress wins again."
Wasn't that the one that?
Yes, they said specifically Deviant Caress was a loser. Sham. It was a sham.
They did.
Man,
Sounds like those rich people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they were just talking out of their asses.
you can hear that tent like blowing up. Motherfuck, they're totally pissed, and everybody kind of looks back at you guys again. They're like, "Geez, lady, you gonna bet anything?"
Now, honestly, once you lose big twice, the third one always hits. It always hits.
All right.
I
1,000. 1,000.
I think we should put it all. I think we need to put it all.
All we need to eat,
Yeah.
man.
But we're not going to lose with that attitude. If losing is not a possibility, you don't have to worry about what's going to happen if you lose it.
All right, all right.
As you guys are having this conversation, there's these it's kind of like pit crew, but they're like kids, and they're coming in and they're waxing the track to make sure it's slick for the marbles, and one of the tracks collapses under the weight of a child who's like pressing it too hard. It's not a big deal, like the kid doesn't get hurt, but like you hear this guy yell, like snap at this child. "If you ever make a little mistake like that again, you will be going to bed without any food for a week. Do you understand me, you little turd?" And the kid goes, sorry, sir. I'll make it right." He's like, "Forget it. Lewis, Jameson, you fix this. Fix little Barney's mess." And Nezzy hears the name of his son. And when he turns around, this little boy with a cap and overalls with Marble Racing logo on the front looks up, and for the first time in a long time, father and son's eyes lock. And that is where we're going to stop for this evening.
Nessie.
All right, so thank you guys so much for playing a game. That was so fun. For all you guys watching, thank you for watching. Links and all that stuff in the description. If you want to hear the spruced up, edited, nice audio podcast version, you can listen to it at, I think, everywhere where podcasts are, Spotify and the like. Thank you guys. Good night.